News.
Now, Parliament is set to debate the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Control Amendment Bill 2020, which is entering into its second reading. The bill is set to make the law more punitive against drug traffickers and public officials who abet the vice, making the law punitive in an attempt to crush the narcotics network that has destroyed lives of many and enriched a few. Our Crimes and Investigations reporter Brian Obuya reports on why this law appears to be the silver bullet in the battle against drugs and substance abuse.
Last month, KRA announced that customs officers at the JKIA had intercepted heroin concealed in battens of dresses and bang being smuggled through an international courier service. As that happened, the DCI in Parklands was arresting 3 suspects and who, it will later be found, were in possession of some 950 kilograms of bang on transit. Just this month, a lorry full of bang concealed between the walls of lorries was nabbed. The creativity presenting the determination and lengths to which traffickers are willing to go. Parliament is revising the law to deal more harshly with these people.
We are increasing the punishment for drug traffickers. We are requiring all drug traffickers to pay up to 3 times the value of drugs they are found with, and in addition to be jailed for life.
The bill is an amendment of the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Control Act No. 4 of 1994 that provides the framework of combating abuse of narcotics, drugs and psychotropic substances in Kenya.
We are making it an offense for any law enforcement officer to aid trafficking in narcotic drugs. All Kenyans know that the vessels we use most, or we find mostly being used to traffic drugs, are either police vehicles. Sometimes you get vehicles of ministers, you remember. There have been cases where vehicles belonging to members of parliament, because those public officers are rarely stopped by the police.
The Administration and National Security Committee of the National Assembly is of the opinion that the 1994 law has presented glaring gaps which have made efforts to combat narcotics, drugs and psychotropic substances difficult in several ways. The members say it has lenient penalties that do not deter drug traffickers. The current law is cited for not having specific provisions to punish persons conspiring in Kenya or outside Kenya to commit offenses related to drug trafficking. It does not make provisions for securing crucial evidence through interception of communications amongst drug traffickers and conspirators. It also does not make provision for the request of information and evidence from foreigners who may have it.
But we are allowing the police in investigating matters under the Act to intercept communication. Okay? So they can put cameras in your house without knowing. They can intercept all your communication if that one will lead them to evidence.
The international trade in drugs has been the source of wealth for many unscrupulous persons, and so the reason for destruction of thousands others. The law as currently constituted has been unable to nab the criminals, or some way, somehow, they've had their way around the courts in ways that can only be imagined. Dozens of cases of drug trafficking still drag in courts for some reasons. Brian Obuya, KTN.